All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Wakakwadash.
Wakakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. And peace and blessings to the elect out there that's pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. All right, this lesson is going to be called "The Lord Will Bring Us Back Home." All right, and this lesson is basically, going to be about that, how the Lord is going to deliver the Israelites and put us back in that land and set up the kingdom. Starting in Israel. So you got that in.
Yeah, come. This the book of Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Lord Yahweh, that it should come to pass. So like that it should come to. So like I'm gonna start over. It said, therefore, behold, the days come, said the Lord Yahweh, that it should no more be said, the Lord liveth that brought out the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but the Lord liveth that brought out the children of Israel from the land of the north.
And because of the Passover is coming up, it got us meditating on how the Lord delivered us out of Egypt the first time, and how dreadful and amazing it was, because he hit Egypt with 10 brutal plagues, and then even through the land of the wilderness, judgment was happening. We were given the laws, statutes, and commandments, and it was a heavy time for Israel. And likewise, us being delivered out of matter of fact, keep reading that.
Yeah, it says 15, but the Lord liveth that brought out the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands where he had driven them.
Because it's going to be very memorable, because this is the last time, this is our last captivity, the land of the north, which is talking about North America, and from all the countries that we have been driven, all right? Because this time he's going to redeem us from everywhere around the earth, man. Primarily that beast system, starting with that whore that sitteth upon the beast, America, and then, the other NATO and EU countries, and then all the other heathen countries that we've been driven. Yahushua is coming back to destroy all those countries, and he's going to take out the elect from amongst those.
Yep. He said, from all the lands where he had driven them, and I will bring them again into that land that I gave unto their fathers.
Yeah, so he's going to bring us back into Israel, all right? And then we're going to inherit those blessings, ruling the earth, ruling over these heathen.
Yep. Because right now we've been scattered amongst the nations due to the curses, man. Because the first Exodus, when the Lord delivered, everybody, the Israelites, everybody. But this go around, the Lord gonna only deliver the elect of the nation of Israel. That's who the Lord come back to save, man. And that's what we, Lord willing, we hoping and striving for to be part of, man, that chosen number. But this is Zechariah 13:8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, 2 parts therein should be cut off and die.
So 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, all right? And it's talking about the land of America, and 2 parts of Israel are going to be cut off and die.
Yep.
All right, because they're rebellious people. We've been out. The word has been preached on the internet and the highways and byways for over 10 years now.
God.
And that's a long time, especially in this information age. When information is popping, left and right.
Yep. And
it's only getting higher at a higher frequency because more Israelites are waking up and going out and teaching.
Yep.
So, because those 2/3 of Israel don't want to listen and take heed to that word or to that warning, that's why they have to be cut off and die.
Yep. It's in the scriptures already written, that 2/3 of the nation of Israel, which is you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native American Indians, and the Israelite foreigners who been scattered amongst the other nations, y'all gonna be cut off and die. The Lord not coming back to deliver you this go around, So y'all, it's predestined. We can't make ourselves part of the elect. That's why it's a fearful thing, man. That's why it come by praying and striving and fasting, man. Looking for the Lord's mercy, because you don't want to be part of this second death, man. You know, because we go remember this is to say back in Jeremiah 16, man. We go remember this go around, this second Exodus, man. It ain't gonna be compared to the first Exodus, man. How the Lord deliver us, man. You know, and that's what dreadful. You know, that was a terrible thing. You know, it said back in Zechariah 13:8, but the third should be left away. So the Lord come back to kill 2/3 of His own people, man. How much more you heathens? You know, and it say, and I'll bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They should call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh Shemashai is my power. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory.
Yep.
2/3 are going to die, 1/3, or the elect, they're going to be delivered.
Yep, because they came back to the Lord, man. Repented. You know, using this grace period wisely, man. You know? Yeah, no.
This is this is part of that fearful time of destruction and deliverance. This is 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. Start at 1.
Yep.
All right, starting at verse 1, it says, "And it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, the man waxed strong with his thousands of heaven. And and when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled and were seen under him."
Oh, that's talking about our Lord and Savior Yahushua, man. You know, I get a quick scripture on that up.
Okay.
This Revelations 1:7. Behold, he coming with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierce him, and all countries of the earth shall wail because of him, even so to wow.
Yeah, like the presence of Yahushua is going to be, trembling.
Yeah.
It's going to be scary in of itself, man.
Yeah.
Because everybody's going to know who that is when he cracks the clouds, man. On his cloud.
Yeah.
with the clouds.
Yeah.
Clouds behind him, man. That word thousands that I just read is interchangeable with that word clouds,
Yeah.
So
And
we're just talking about the chariots.
Yeah, and they said, well, because of him. They're going to tremble, man. You know? They're going to be afraid, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know? You got to know, huh?
Continuing on in 2nd Ezra 13, verse 4. "And whosoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice, like as a earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number, from the four winds of the heaven, to subdue the man that came out of the sea."
Yeah.
And it's talking about, these other nations, and, even Jakes that might be fighting for their military, trying to, subdue Yahushua, which I laugh because that's humorous. Like, you're gonna have a chance on
Trying to defeat, defeat the only begotten Son. You know, the Lord who created you. You know, you're not gonna win. They make movies like Independence Day, how they defeat the so-called aliens, so to speak. With Will Smith.
Yeah.
You're not gonna win. That's only a movie. This is fantasy, man. The Lord gonna prevail. They say Revelation 19:20, man. I can get that real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not 19:20. Let me see. 19. It's like and at 11, it said, "And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And righteously he do judge and make war. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself, man." Many crowns. He come back to take shit, man. Take back what rightfully his, man.
And that white horse, the color white, represents righteousness.
Yeah.
read that 11 again.
It said, "And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True."
That white horse, the color white represents righteousness, and that horse represents power. All right.
It's an in righteousness he do judge and make war.
Yeah, in righteousness does he judge and make war. Because, you know, when you think about war and judging, you know, it's put in a negative light in this society.
Right.
Because, you know, America's history on war, you know, America is brutal, unmerciful. Right. You know, ever since the so-called white man, which isn't the white horse, the so-called white man, which is Esau Edom, stepped here in America, man, he was just killing Native Americans, you know, getting slaves from, you know, the west coast of Africa, sending the Aztecs and the Mayans down south, taking their land too, killing them off, you know. Yep. And even today, man, they're going over to the Middle East, you know, overthrowing their government, saying that they need democracy, and make them sign a contract giving them democracy in exchange for their resources.
Right. Yep. That's Esau for you, you know. What it say? He pressed a man in his heritage. Micah the second chapter, man. Esau, he just making war just because, man. You know. But what the Lord said, is my man was of this earth, there with my servants fight. Wolfing paraphrasing it, man. You know, we don't have the power to fight against Esau and his military. That's why the Lord said, wait upon me till I rise up against the prey, man. The Lord finna make war with all these nations, man. You know, and everyone gonna bow down to him, and he gonna win, you know.
And it tells you how he's gonna win right here.
Yup. You read Revelation the 12th chapter, and they prevailed not. It was Micah and his angels. You know, the Lord come back with all his angels. He said, I would not meet this man, you know. You got
that. Continuing on in 2 Ezra 13 and 6. It says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it.
Yep.
But I would have seen the region or place.
Is that actually talking about a mountain, you know? One on big ass mountain, he flying on top of a mountain? No, man. They're talking about the chariots, you know? What the world ignorantly called on UFOs, man. Which are chariots, you know? Lord come back on the chariot, man. What they say, the father ship, Esau called it mother ship, man. You know? So Lord about to get down. Go ahead.
It says, whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight.
Yeah.
So they're scared. They're shaking in their boots. You ever watch, you know, some of those UFC matches, and you can, like, when they're weighing in, you can already tell one's already lost just by the way he's shaking, man. Like, you can tell, like, he's unconfident. He already knows he's gonna lose.
Yep.
And sure enough, man, when they ring that bell, man, he gets dismantled.
He still fight.
Yeah, he still fight though.
The Lord will put the spirit on them to fight, man. You know.
Verse 9, it says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand nor held a sword, nor any instrument of war.
Right. Good.
But only I saw that he, out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests.
They're talking about on laser beams. You know? I got a quick scripture on that.
Can we go ahead?
It's 2 Ezra 16 and 11. The Lord Yahweh Shemashah shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder in his presence. No laser beams, man. You know, you watch movies like what's that Space Jam, where they had their little laser gun shooting at them, you know, and they just turned to powder. Scary movie that so-called alien, you know, was shooting a laser beam at people. All you seen with their clothes coming off, man. The Lord gonna do that, man. You know, Lord coming back with fire, man, and with the laser beams, man. You know, we living in beautiful times and scary times, man. You know, but the Lord told us the things. He told us, now, don't be afraid. It must come to pass, man. You know, because Esau in it is our beginning, man. We on our way back home, man. You know, this second deliverance, man. But, yeah, that's pretty much it on that, ain't it?
You talking about in 2 Ezra?
Yeah, or just more.
Yeah, there's a little bit more.
Go ahead.
2 Ezra 13 and 11. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude, which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and the smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid.
Man, you got second on the prophet Ezra was like, "Woe is me, who would deliver me in those days, man?"
God.
No, how much more is out today, man? The Lord said the righteous should be scarcely saved. You know, hey man, we want to make it out of here, man. You know, we don't want to be part of the second death, man. The lake of fire, you know. You got it,
Verse 12 it says, "Afterward saw I the same man come down from the mountain, and call unto him another peaceable multitude."
Okay.
And it's funny because I won't get it, but the angel asked him like if he knew what that vision meant, and he said,
I can get it for you. You know
oh,
what
okay. Well, I mean, it's just further down, but I can break it down. Like,
Go ahead.
he's saying, like, he's like, "Woe," from what I saw, like, "Woe unto them that try to fight Yahweh Shai," basically, because they got effed. And then he said, and even more woe unto the other multitude that got left there with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then they break it down. Verse 39. This is when the angel broke it down. You can get that. Verse 39.
God. Jump down to 39. It said, and whereas they saw is that he got another peaceable multitude unto him. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanasseh the king of Assyria led away captive.
Yeah, so the angel broke it down to Ezra. He was like, no, that second peaceable multitude, that was them being delivered. Those were the 10 tribes of Israel, that were scattered, into the western hemisphere.
Right. The utmost parts of there, man.
Mm-hmm.
He said, when we finish that, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, over the waters. Yeah, I mean that you can break that down. That's probably a lesson for another time about how the 10 tribes got over here.
Yep.
And there's evidence of Hebrew. How should I say it? Hebrew stones and graven mountains. That were here.
Pyramids and stuff.
Yeah.
You got Issachar, Aztecs,
Yeah.
Gad and Reuben, so-called native and Seminole Indians, that was already over here, man.
Mm-hmm.
But that peaceable multitude, going back to the Zechariah 13 and 8, about the 1/3,
Mm-hmm.
because 2/3 is going to be left here, man. You left here on the land of America or anywhere that the ICBM nuclear missiles hit. The Lord don't care about you, man. You were destined to be part of that second death, But this, Revelation 7:1, and after these things I saw 4 angels stand on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree, man.
And that winds is talking about the nuclear destruction. All right, before World War III, pops off, you got angels holding back this nuclear warfare right now. All right, so that the word can be preached out and seal the elect. All right.
God. And the sea and the tree represent the people, man. What it say in the book of Mark, I see men walking in trees. You read Revelation 17 chapter.
Yeah, the whore that sitteth upon many waters. Those waters are talking about different nations.
Yep. It say 2, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. And that's talking about the elect.
Mm-hmm.
That marketh the why. You read Ezekiel 94, man. It's them for judgment. Because the elect gonna be saved out of this, man. They're gonna be delivered first, man. Because we read what's that, Romans? All Israel should be saved.
Mm-hmm.
That's in the kingdom of heaven, man. They're gonna come back in diapers.
Yeah, they're gonna be regenerated through the elect, through the Father's lineage.
Yep.
And then they're gonna be born in their right mind with that new covenant.
Yup. It said, and I heard a number of them which were sealed, and there was sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel, man. You jump down to 9. It said, after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got I remember one Christian they're talking about everybody gonna be saved. Who are these different tongues? You know, different countries. This all of Israel. You know,
that just have been scattered.
Cause hey, you got Israel and everywhere, man. In China, North Korea, South Korea, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, London, UK, man. And they don't speak the same language we speak. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they're talking about. If you were Israelite, you know, especially you are and the elect, you know, you're gonna be saved, man.
Okay.
You know. I'll get that Matthew 24 for you.
I got it right here.
I'll go ahead.
This is Matthew 24 and
You
31.
read 14, then jump to 31.
Okay. Matthew 24 and 14. It says, and the gospel, and this gospel of the, well, I'm missing a little bit.
It's like,
Nah, my page is torn right here.
oh, okay, hold on.
Yeah, you might have to go ahead and get it.
Let me get it.
Yeah.
I will cut the what's the name on for you. Are you still torn though? I get it.
Yes, it's
Matthew 24 and 14. It said, and this gospel of the kingdom should be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
Yeah. You know, it has to be preached to all nations, man.
Yeah.
And the prophets of old even knew that. You can read in the book of Tobit, the 13th chapter. I think it was Tobias's mother told him, he was like, hey, go tell, go prophesy to the other nations, because surely Israel has been scattered amongst the Gentiles. You know?
That's why we command to go on the highways and byways, man. You know? Because Israel look like the other nations, man. Every Israelite not going to be looking like a Wesley Snipes, so to speak, man.
Hey,
you know?
And you know, it's really hard to tell sometimes. Like, you know, we got not in an argument, but we were debating whether Tyson Fury was a Jake.
Yeah.
And then we discerned his spirit. You know, because when he fights, he's got that quirky little fight. He looks whack as fuck. You can tell he definitely has those Edomite features. You know, he's got weird legs, potato body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But really, we don't know. That's why it said, but it's belong onto a confusion of face. You know, we shame face, man. That's why the Lord said He gonna separate the wheats from the tails, man. Only the Lord know who are Israelites, man. So it's up to the Lord, man. You know, that's why we don't judge according to the appearance, man. We judge by the Spirit, man.
Yeah, if they can accept this holy gospel, man.
Yeah.
If they can accept this Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, and if the Ruach HaKodesh is dealing with them, then, yo, he's got to be a Jake.
You got to, man. You know? Plain and simple, man. If they don't accept this gospel, most likely he a heathen, man. Because Jake got that zeal of knowledge, you know?
But
got
not
that
zeal, but not according to knowledge.
Yeah, that's it. Romans 10:1, man. You know? So jump down Matthew 24 and 31. It said, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and that shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other, man.
Yeah, from one end to the other, man. You know, and it says from one end of heaven to the other, because heaven talking about the sky, man. Because those are going to be in the chariots, man. They're going to get caught up in those chariots.
The clouds. When you read that, the book of Thessalonians, you know, those that remain should be caught together to meet the Lord, you know, in the air. You know, the Lord gonna be beaming his elect, man. Once the nuclear missiles hand down, you gonna be seeing him beaming, man. Lord come back to do two things, man. Destroy and deliverance. You know, which part you want to take side on, you know? Like the Lord said, choose you this day, life or death, man. You know? So you got two options, man. Really, you don't have an option. It's up to the Lord, man. You know? I get that Ezekiel for you. Ezekiel 36. I get straight to the point. Ezekiel 36 and 24. For I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries, and will bring you into your own land. Then, hey, then when I sprinkle clean water upon you, and you shall be clean from all your filthiness and from all your idols will I cleanse you. And a new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you a heart of flesh.
Mhm.
And I will put my
Well, yeah, he's gonna sprinkle that clean water on us, clean us up. Because right now, man, we're filthy.
Yup.
You know, the scriptures say our righteousness is as filthy rags. You know, we try our best to learn the Hebrew, but I bet like he hears our prayers and it sounds so broken. You know,
Mhm.
the dialect is off, the pronunciation is probably grammatically incorrect, so on and so forth. But hey, he's gonna clean us up, man.
Yep.
We're gonna get those nice Israelite bodies. We're gonna be practicing the law, statutes, and commandments to a T.
Yep.
You know, he's gonna take our attributes and put it all the way to 100, man.
Yeah, like you create a player
Yeah.
like in 2K or a video game. We gonna be righteous in the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
Because right now we are in this flesh. You know, they say the flesh is subject to sin, man. You know, but the Lord gonna take us and put His law, statutes, commandments, as it say on 27, and I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, and you should keep my judgment and do them. You know, so the Lord gonna put His law, statutes, commandments in us, man. So we ain't gonna never go off in the kingdom of heaven. You know, because it say the wages of sin is death. We not gonna die in the kingdom of heaven, man. You know, if you're not an Israelite, man, you're not gonna receive the laws, man. You know, so we gonna be executing judgment on you, man. You know, the heathens, you know, y'all gonna be getting judged, man, because y'all don't have the law, statutes, commandments, man. So.
And you know, I was thinking about this, like, you know, I was like that righteousness and wisdom is gonna be our drip,
Yeah.
right? That's gonna be the new, you know, ice, bro.
Yeah.
Because the scriptures talk about how, you know, wisdom is, you know, more precious than gold and rubies,
Right.
and it's gonna be made manifest, man. Because yeah, in the kingdom we're gonna be like wealthy and have gold and rubies and stuff, but ultimately that ultimate prize is that righteousness, man.
Yeah.
Because these heathen won't be able to do right. You know, they're gonna have to die, you know, because they accidentally ate some pork or something, or they die because, you know, they don't have that immortal spirit, man.
Right.
Because they don't have that righteous spirit.
God.
You know, they're gonna fuck up and do something dumb, all right. But Israel, man, we're gonna have that everlasting life.
Yep.
We're gonna have that drip, bro.
Yep. And
That spiritual drip.
Yep. God. And we gonna be in our homeland. You know.
Mhm.
What it say? Lamentations. I will no more carry you away into captivity.
Come.
Lamentation. What's that? The fourth chapter, man. 4:22, I believe, or 4:21, man. You know. But the point is, man, if you're an Israelite, we going back home, man.
Mhm.
Starting with the elect, man. That was I seen New Jerusalem coming down from heaven. You know.
Mhm.
We close on the Baruch 2:34, and I will bring them again to the land which I promised when an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and that shall be lords of it, and I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished, and I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power, and that shall be my people, and I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land that I have given them.
Yeah, it's because, you know, that's how you know that this is going to be the last time we go into captivity. Because, you know, people in the world, when we read that Revelation scripture talking about he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, they think it's just going to be an ongoing cycle of, you know, Jacob and Esau. But no,
Mhm.
man. After we get delivered and put back in our from our captivity into our homeland, you know, Esau's gonna have to pay for all the shit that he did,
Yep, and you heathens.
and how he's gonna pay for that is he's gonna be cut off from being a nation,
Right.
and then once we're done with Moab and Japheth and Ham and all them, we'll let you have your own land,
Right.
but you're still gonna be serving us. You're gonna still pay contribution to us.
Yep.
That's Isaiah the 2nd chapter, I believe.
And when we get it,
We'll end with that.
God, cause you're right. Cause it's if you a heathen, you go into captivity. You know, with this Isaiah 2:2, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house should be established in the top of the mountains and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow into it. You know, ain't nobody flowing to the land of Israel now. They let you know those
They
are not
dipping out of there
Yeah,
because
they
the war is
leaving.
going.
they leaving the land of Israel now. You know, so ain't nobody flowing into them, man. They're not the trend right now, man. They let you know they are not the real people that the Bible speak of, man. They're not the real Jews, you know. We are, man. It's at 3. And many people should go and say, come ye and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the Most High of Jacob. And he will teach us of his ways. We will walk in his paths. For out of Zion should go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
John, we're going to be making sure the world is governed by, the law, statutes, and commandments.
Yep.
These heathen are going to know who the real power is, man.
Yep.
They're going to know who the real blessed, who the chosen are.
Yep.
Who's the superior race.
Yep.
It's Israel.
God, what they doing on 76. Ain't gonna be no more worshiping all the idols, false gods, Allah, Muslim shit, Islam shit, Buddhism, Hinduism.
Ooh.
Ain't no more of that. Only thing you gonna be worshiping is Yahweh Shem Shai. And paying homage to us, man. You go execute our laws, man, on you, man. You get out of our laws just like Esau. We don't wear seatbelt. Wear a seatbelt. He give us a ticket, man.
Mm-hmm.
So we gonna be doing the same thing in righteousness, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's plain and simple, man. It said, and he should judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Yeah, there ain't gonna be no war.
Right.
Who's gonna come up against Israel?
We got the Lord on our side. The Lord gonna be with us. We gonna have spiritual power. Ain't nobody finna fight against us, man. They gonna be the new world order, man. you know. So right, man. That's pretty much internet. Once the Lord come back and destroy this place, we gonna be in our homeland. That's what we want. That's what we want. What that 2 Peter's. Let me get it educate my mind, not slack it, man. I know we put it been close though. 2 Peter's 3.
It's the spirit.
2 Peter's 3 and 13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Mm-hmm.
That gonna be in the kingdom of heaven. That's what we look for, man. To be delivered out of this wicked society. But you got it though, right?
Yeah, so with that, hope this video was edifying. Once again, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh.
Again, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. And again, peace and blessings to the sincere brothers out there that's pushing this word in all truth and sincerity.
Okay.
All right, so shalom.
Shalom.